Hello. Okay, so this is my presentation on unschooling. So for the beginning, the summary for the first article, it was called "Basics of Unschooling." So this article details a lot of people talking about their experience with unschooling and just kind of how they've gone with it, and mainly in this country. I don't know how it is in other countries. But yeah, basically they were just talking about how like it's just like it's weird and like not really anybody knows what's gonna happen. You just kind of like take that risk. But they all said that it paid off. So I think that was cool to like to hear from multiple people that this can be really effective and actually creates like a people that aren't like resentful towards the school system, um, which yeah, I think that's a huge plus. And the next one, it was what is unschooling. This one was more like detailing like the specific like flaws in the school, and one thing that they said that I thought was really cool was it starts off with it saying a quote from George Bernard Shaw. His name it was what we want to see in this is, or what we want to see is the child in pursuit of knowledge, not knowledge in pursuit of the child, which I think definitely like was pretty like insightful because like when a child has curiosity and creativity and like they have like that like self drive to learn more, that's like way more of like a genuine and like yeah, like a genuine learning process, and they actually learn because they want to. But when it's like when knowledge is pursuing the child, that's like not a battle that can be won, especially with how our school goes about it. The next one was the Family Unschoolers Network. So this one was basically like a website that allows people like different parents and other students to connect that they're experimenting with unschooling, and they have like conferences and like message boards and things like that, and just a bunch of different links so that they can connect and just talk about how like what's going on, especially for like new people that want to do it. And then so for the radical unschooling website, this one was basically just like a database um, for all like everything about what it's like to do unschooling. It has all the like it basically has like every like link you could think of to what goes on, like the actual like specifics of what it's like to do this. And then the next one was unschooling curriculum. This was basically like the actual like description of like legit like curriculum instead of just kind of like their philosophies. It was like an actual like description of it, and how you can actually like list it, because yeah, there's like a certain way you have to like describe it, because if you say it the wrong way, like people might just think like you're just letting your kid just like goof around all day. Like you have to really tell them what it's actually like to unschool. All right, so for the pros, I see many pros like with unschooling, and this is like something I've like definitely like thought about a lot, because like yeah, I feel like our generation is like really seeing how like the effects of how it is, or how like our current school system just like it isn't very effective. It's not, especially for now. Like at a time like yeah, like we definitely needed this type of school where it's giving you like a structure and learning how to basically just like take orders to so that you could be a factory worker, because that was what you needed. But now like now we're like our society is much more developed, and we can actually like teach our kids to like pursue their own interests and then create a career out of that instead of just like hoping to get another factory worker. And yeah, definitely like from the first article, they were talking a lot about like actual individuals, like John Locke. He was an unschooler, and he was studying at Harvard. He's very successful. And the other parents were talking about how their three kids, like one's a doctor, one's like a geologist, and yeah, like yeah, it definitely like pays off. Like it's definitely capable of working. I'd say. For the cons, um, I think yeah, definitely overall it's more pro. There's more pros, but I think yeah, there's still some potential cons. Like having that certain level of like baseline information, um, is useful, and just kind of getting like an overlap of different topics does kind of help like expose kids to different things that they could potentially be interested in. Um, but yeah, and I think that that can be achieved without having to actually go to school, and just doing the unschooling. You kind of learn these things on your own. Um, and another thing is, children might not be able to socialize as much with like people that they don't wouldn't normally talk to, because like when you're at school, you're exposed to a lot of different cultures and different types of people, that allow you to, yeah, just to branch out and to just learn how to socialize. But yeah, also another thing, there was a study in 2013 that was talking about how like some parents noticed that unschooling caused like a lot of like social criticisms for them and the kids, because like yeah, like if like you're, yeah, like 'cause they all they heard was that, oh, you're taking him out of school, like this could be a bad idea, you're just letting him goof off all day. So like the parents like felt that, which yeah, I think that's just kind of a part of it, and that's kind of a part of the sacrifice you have to be willing to make to allow your kid um to get like a more like genuine and personalized education, um through unschooling. So overall, like my opinion, I think that I really like the idea of unschooling. This is something that I've really been like thinking about a lot. It's pretty crazy, like how we're like how little school has changed for so long, and I think this methods we currently have just kind of are like made to create just like unquestioning people, just like factory workers that like just get the test. You just gotta memorize stuff for the test, and then you forget it. You're never actually using all this information. And it's because like yeah, especially now when we don't really need to have all this knowledge in our head at all times, because we are able to just look it up, and then we can learn it that way. We don't have to like learn it for a test, and there's just like no like a building of like curiosity and creativity through that way. And I think if we like if our system for schooling is like more based around personal interests and just pursuing what you really like, then you gain all these skills, and you also become like a more like secure and like individual, and like a deep thinker. I think it just creates like an artist really. And I think that like that actually having those type of people like would like also solve a lot of other problems, because I feel like it would create people that have a deeper level of understanding, just and perspective, which would, I don't know, I think it would just make us feel less divided, and allow us to kind of come together, and that could help solve a lot more problems than just a school. But yeah, that's it, all I got for you.